Tony's putting on his mask.
Out of respect.
We're good.
You guys want up to the side?
Yep.
Okay, how many in our vehicle?
4.
Okay, and do we have 2 kids?
Yeah, 2 kids, 2 adults.
Okay,
And a
anyone
dog.
under 6?
Nobody.
Okay. Cashiers,
No, they're all under 6.
obviously, Amanda, can you do that here? Drive up to the top. We're having some iffy weather, so my advice, go ahead and just go straight up to the top. Enjoy the scenery in case the snowstorm comes in.
Okay.
Do your sightseeing on the way down. Okay?
Makes sense.
No air conditioning as you go out. Not only that, don't put the low gears. Not regular brakes.
It's the constant filming where you don't know what Marji's doing that drives you crazy. But it's awesome.
It's our life, and you're gonna love how it gets pulled together. It's gonna be great.
Guys.
So, our truck has already worked really hard today. We drove, where did we come from? We came from Canyon City by the Royal Gorge. And then we took a brief detour for day number 2 in Cripple Creek, where we spotted the donkeys. Up and down lots of steep grades there. And now we're going up Pikes Peak. And so, let's go. I won't call old girl. New girl?
New girl.
Think so?
For safety.
What do you think about that, AJ? Bigfoot?
I think it just might be like a huge one.
We're still climbing. We have a little under a mile. We have a little under a mile left to climb up. It's starting to get cold. It's 70 degrees. It just dropped 2 degrees in the last like 10 seconds.
Come on.
So colder and colder the higher we get. You know, in Cripple Creek yesterday, it went from like 80 down to 49 in a matter of like a few minutes too, so.
You just panicked, didn't you?
Panicked. I just panicked.
Oh my gosh, Mom, look how close.
I actually can't look over that edge. I mean, in general, I am not freaked out by heights. That is a drop off, like a drop off of drop offs. And they don't have a guardrail here for some reason.
No.
It's a garbage.
No?
There's snow.
I told you this was that woman is not even looking out the window.
I wouldn't either.
Did you see this? She's doing this. Or
Yeah.
like this.
I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way.
You gotta do
My
it once,
friend.
guys.
You don't
It's so high up here. 14,000 feet. Yeah, your tire almost just went off the edge there. We got a herd of, what are these? Goats? Oh, goats. They're like, oh look, there's a little baby.
Oh, one actually trying to fight there.
Yeah, it is. Okay, we're at 57 degrees. Oh, 56. It just dropped as I was looking at it.
Come on, guys.
Being at the top of the world makes us all panic.
I'm so scared right now. I feel like crying.
No,
That's good.
we're here.
Means we're alive.
We made it to the rain cloud. We've probably been driving, well, I can tell you, we've been driving since we entered the park at 3:24, and it's now 4:03. So we've been driving for 40 minutes or so.
Up. Yep. 20 minutes up.
It's 19 miles.
If you're gonna go off, this is the place to go off.
Yeah, this seems like, it seems far less dramatic than, you know,
You could have a chance.
a mile ago.
Yeah.
But we're definitely up past the tree line. There's no more trees up here.
Yeah. It's all
And
scrub.
we saw some little mountain goats. We're up here with the rain clouds, so it looks like a little storm might blow in.
Oh, no.
But the temperature has dropped to 54 degrees now. So
I don't know if it's safe to go
we've come this far.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going. We're getting very close to the top. We've got, we went through kind of a flat space just now, and now we are on another road to the clouds, but it's super rocky.
What was that?
What was that?
That was the chip bag. It was the chip bag. There's so
my
much pressure.
What happened?
The chip bag just
These chips just blew open.
It's too much pressure.
Doritos down.
There's not enough pressure. That's exactly the opposite.
And Amiga is unimpressed.
The potting.
How's she doing? Have you guys petted her lately?
She doesn't even know we're up high.
Is she breathing?
Yeah.
Okay, she's just laying there. It's kind of funny, kind of not.
We're almost at the
Oh my
top.
gosh, look at that rain over there. Looks like they're under construction up here at the top, because this is like the least pretty part of the whole drive. Seriously.
Wait, what?
Another chip bag just blew up in here. Okay, wait, so who guessed 50?
That was me. And it's 50.
The Frito Lays. 56.
AJ guessed 56, Ava guessed 45, I guessed 49. So I have a few minutes and I could be right too if the weather changes just a little bit.
Badger.
Like, oh my gosh, he's just staring in here. He's like, can I come in? What is that? Well, we made it to the top, and while it's beautiful, it's under construction up here. So it's like the least pretty thing we've
You're
seen.
not looking where you're going.
AJ's gonna get hit by a car again. Not again. He's never been hit by a car. But he's had
He's
many
trying.
close calls.
All right, here we
So
go.
we're gonna get back in the truck and we're gonna head down the mountain. And brr, it's cold up here. I'm trying to get in here where it's warm. Amiga girl, how you doing?
Smells like sick
I have a
dog.
headache.
I think it smells like gas. You think it smells sick?
Like a dog's butt. All right, guys.
You really think it smells like a dog's butt? We're making our way back down the mountain, went up to the peak, which actually the climb up was cooler than the peak, I think. The peak was amazing. I mean, you can see,
Yeah, but it's under construction,
Yeah.
so you can't see off like I
Can't
wanted
judge
you
it
to.
by that.
Yeah, I wanted you to see it.
but the views on the way up are so spectacular. I think they just take your breath away, like over and over.
I really get the sense you guys want me to get down, get off this mountain.
It seems a little bit worrisome when you're on top of a mountain.
You know, I'm going to tell you, when you drive it,
Mom, it's
makes you
48
appreciate
degrees
Iowa.
Oh, the temperature dropped. It's 48.
out. You guys.
And the phone dropped too. Do you have any guesses as to what the temperature will be when we get back down?
75. 6.
Now we're at first.
Oh, it's 49.
75, Ava says. What? He just doesn't care about his life? What is it? You carve your name in that? Your finger's gonna get cold. You need like a rock. Pick up a rock off the ground and use that to carve.
Water.
Yeah. Pick up that rock. Pick up that rock.
That's what.
Use it to carve your name. Go for it. It's cold. Did you do it?
Oh wait, I smelled our last name.
AJ's out. He's done. Got it?
Oh, I'm cold.
Back to the truck. We've had enough of that cold weather. We don't need any snow around us for a long time, do we? happy hour.
Cheers.
So, oh yeah. You're supposed to drink when you say cheers. So we've had quite the day. We left Canyon City. We went back to Cripple Creek, not because, well, I really wanted to see the donkeys and to hear more about their story. I really did. That's like the FarmHer piece in me, right? Like,
How did we end up there?
Well, it wasn't far off of our map. Tony's map was actually going to take us in another direction, and I was like, no, this one's shorter. Let's go this way. Oh, by the way, after we turn around, Cripple Creek is like really close.
Shocker.
So he lovingly drove back to Cripple Creek through some very steep, to us, those of us from Iowa, steep mountainy roads, and we pulled the camper all the way up there. When we first pulled into town, we saw the donkeys. They were waiting for us on the corner.
They were there.
They were like a greeting committee.
I spotted them.
You did.
Awesome.
You were like, I don't think we're going to see. Ah!
There they are.
And so we saw the donkeys.
All because of your shirt.
Yeah, I wore my badass shirt today. So, of course, I just knew that we were going to spot them today. And so then we went and talked to Ellen, and that was cool. We got to see the heritage and some of the history behind the town, which was always a neat thing. And then we made our way over here to Cascade. So we are at the Lone Duck campground. Mm-hmm. And we are just like a few miles from the base of Pikes Peak. So the highway that goes up to Pikes Peak.
Yeah, the Lone Duck is really hard to find. So, like, your GPS will tell you one place that's going to be at, but you don't see any signs. But fortunately,
and it's like a little dirt road that goes off of the highway.
And then all of a sudden, it's a really cool campground. So make sure you look for it.
But it's a dirt road that I would normally be like, don't go down that with your camper, because you have to back out with that, like, down this little dirt road. So we had a great day. We went all the 19 miles up to the top of Pikes Peak. Unfortunately, there was construction going on, so the top was kind of
a bummer.
Not pretty. Yeah. But the trip up and the trip down were amazing. We saw mountain goats. We got to experience the altitude. Right, our bags of chips popped open in the car. Yeah. So it was unique. And turn your air off. Right, they said to turn the air off. The truck handled it wonderfully, of course. And then we rode in low gear, first gear, right, most of the way down.
Second gear. Yeah.
Second gear, most of the way down. And so
tow haul on.
Yeah, they check your brake temperature, and I saw Tony I saw him kind of puff out his chest a little bit when the lady said, "Your brakes are looking great." He was like, "Yeah." Here's the bummer of the day. A couple days ago, I noticed that when the slide out on our camper was coming in, that it was kind of turned weird, and also the table wasn't fitting correctly in the benches when you put it down. And we were like, maybe it's just settling. We didn't know. We've never had one before. And then this morning when I was putting it in, it stopped at a certain point, but then it started up again. And so I thought, okay, that was weird. We thought maybe it was when Tony shut off electricity as we were leaving. And so we get down here, I start to put it out, and it does this weird twist thing, and it won't go out. It went out maybe 3 or 4 inches. Yeah, if that. And outside, one side of it is definitely out further than the other. And so we know there's a problem. Google tells us, maybe the rails are off the paths or something, and something got twisted or bent somehow. I mean, we've gone over a lot of bumps. So it's hard to say, but what we do know is that problems will arise, right?
Yeah.
Last year was our first year with this camper, and we had to get the air conditioner fixed, and the awning broke.
Well, the awning's on us, we think, but the air conditioner definitely was a problem.
Yeah.
So, and to add further insult to injury, our warranty went out.
Maybe last week.
Last week.
We're not real sure.
It's
I don't
awesome.
even want to look at the date, because if it was yesterday, I'm really going to want to just stab my eyes out. But, because it's, thanks. I'm glad you have a large knife so I can do that. But it's a bummer, but we know that these things are going to happen. We're not letting it overshadow. And here's the deal. It's in. So that's the good news, right? It's in. And we have a call in to a place here. They're apparently slammed, so busy that they can't even call us back because they're so busy. And we get that. It's peak season. So if they can fix it over the weekend while we're magically at my stepbrother's, then that would be fabulous. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, we're just going to leave it in, not use it, and make our way home.
Yeah, it's sealed all up. We're all fine.
Yeah. So with that, here's a happy hour. Cheers. Everything will get fixed. We'll make our way down the road. This has been a fun day of exploring, seeing the world around us, getting a little piece of our FarmHer in there, and getting to pet those donkeys and feed those donkeys and learn a little bit about them. So we got to live a little bit of our best FarmHer life today. So thanks for that, Mr. Alaniz.
Anytime.